What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, I know this is a tad bit off topic, but for the love of God, if you guys haven't seen the thumbnail and you just clicked on the video because you saw the title, I'll flash up the thumbnail image once again right here for you guys. This is the concept art that DICE has come up with for this game. This is their true vision. And none of this stuff is in the game. All the thumbnails that I've been using have shown different forms of weather features and just destruction. Yet none of them are in this game. I mean, the freaking icebergs are breaking off and cracking the ice from below. They're being forced into the freezing cold water because the whole map is shattering in front of them. Where is that? Where is this stuff in Battlefield 2042? It's nowhere. God, the only bit of destruction we see is the sign falling off of a skyscraper and freaking kaleidoscope. It's an embarrassment this year to consider this game, quote-unquote, next gen. But I'm sorry, that's not what the commentary is about today. I just had to get this rant off because when I saw that image, my mind was just blown. It's blown every time I see a new image about Battlefield 2042 because the images always look 10 times better than the actual game itself. Now, even though I said that had nothing to do with the actual commentary today, I guess in some type of way it does relate to what we're talking about today. Because really, honestly, the whole point of today's video is just to say, Battlefield 2042 is absolute garbage. There it is, there you have it. If you don't want to hear anything else I have to say, you can get out of here. Because at the end of the day, that's really going to be the moral of this whole commentary here. Battlefield 2042 is booty cheeks. But there's so many different factors to why this game is bad, like I just showed you guys. The concept of the game being phenomenal, but the execution of the game being absolute ass. And again, it does come with DICE not giving them enough time, but it really shows how bad this game is and how much people hate it when past titles are doing phenomenal. If you guys don't know, Tom Henderson over on Twitter, if you guys want to follow me, myself on Twitter as well, the link to that stuff is down in the description, but Tom Henderson put out a tweet saying that Battlefield 5 has more players playing that game right now than Battlefield 2042. Keep in mind, Battlefield 5, I get it, it's a good game now, it definitely got resolved, it's much more enjoyed throughout the community, but I would say personally, Battlefield 5 is probably the worst Battlefield game I've ever played, and there's a lot of top tier creators and also hardcore OG players out there who will agree with me that Battlefield 5 was one of the worst Battlefield games to ever come out, well, obviously, until Battlefield 2042 came out, but when Battlefield 5 was in its prime, to me personally, that was probably the lowest end Battlefield game we have gotten in a long time. But Battlefield 2042 is so stinking bad that people are willing to fall back to Battlefield 5, a World War II shooter to be very specific with you guys. If anybody is new to the Battlefield franchise, we have been begging for a modern day or a near futuristic styled game for a very long time now. Battlefield 1 was phenomenal. I think Battlefield 1 is definitely my top 5 favorite Battlefield games. That game is just stupidly good. But too much of old school gameplay gets a tad bit boring, You can't really keep your franchise pushing on if you're just going to keep doing World War II shooters, World War I shooters, and stuff like that. People crave modern day gameplay. They want to be able to relate to different areas that they're playing on, situations that the game is based around, and just the plot of the story altogether. People want to be able to relate, and near futuristic and modern day games are probably the best way to do so. For the longest time, the Battlefield community has been begging for a modern day game, and here we are, a perfect in between. It's not too futuristic and it's not too modern. It's right in the middle. All the potential is there to make sure Battlefield 2042 is an absolute banger. But this game turned out so freaking bad, so horrible, that people are willing to do another World War II game for another year, another extra year. So what, it's going to be maybe 3 or 4 years now of Battlefield 5, maybe even more? People are willing to go through more old school styled wars just because of how bad Battlefield 2042 is. And like I said, that should say enough to you guys right now, because truly, Battlefield is a modern day game. That's where the best only in Battlefield moments come from. You get helicopters, jets, you get all the awesome techie stuff that you can mess around with in modern day combat and also near futuristic combat. People crave this stuff. This is what Battlefield's about, and people don't care. They simply don't care because the game is garbage. Seriously, just take a second and look at these numbers. Now, I know it's not drastically different, but you have to understand, like I said, Battlefield 5 is a very, 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 very old game. So, with that being said, the fact that it's even keeping up in the slightest is still insane to me. Now, Battlefield 2042, playing an hour ago, was 19,000. Again, this isn't from my personal stats. This is an hour ago from, when I'm recording this video. This was off of Tom Henderson's tweet, so this is when he decided to put this up on Twitter. But an hour ago for him, it was 19,000, 24-hour peak, 19,000. Again, all-time peak 100,000. Battlefield 5, playing an hour ago, 22,993. 24-hour peak, once again, 22,993. All-time peak a little bit lower, but again, it's an older game and stuff like that. This right here is just absolutely insane to me that this game has more players coming into this title over Battlefield 2042. I mean, let's be honest here. If you're a Battlefield fan, what would you rather have? Would you rather have Angel screaming it in your ear with ridiculous catchphrases? Or would you like to actually go into a real battle with real factions, stating World War II with actual skins that make sense for the time period? It feels more like a Battlefield game. That's just simply what it boils down to. And the funny thing is, it's not only Battlefield 5. I actually got tired of playing Battlefield 2042. I played this in yesterday's live stream. I grinded it out for you guys to get some content and try to do the weekly challenge, but it got so boring and so repetitive in such a short time that I decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and hop on Battlefield 4. Let's go ahead and compare the two games. I loaded up Battlefield 4, and the servers were just populated like no tomorrow. So many different servers with so many different connections, so everyone around the world could probably get at least one good connection lobby. It was phenomenal to see, and it's probably the same way on Battlefield 1, probably the same way on Battlefield 3. Nobody even gives a crap about Portal right now. Nobody wants to purchase Battlefield 2042. People are just going ahead, buying the older games, getting the DLC for the older games, and simply playing that. And again, if any of you guys want to see me live stream any of these old school classics, go over to my Twitch live streams. I live stream every single day, depending on the game. Sometimes I play Vanguard, Battlefield, Halo Infinite, but a lot of the times I play some old school Call of Duty games like Modern Warfare 2 or World at War or something like Battlefield 4 or something of that sort. So if you want to see any of those titles, stop into my live stream. Link to that stuff is down in the description. But something that I think Battlefield 2042 really struggles with right now is not just the performance. Even though the performance is a massive key factor to making this game good, I think what it struggles with more is the identity. Battlefield 2042 is going through an identity crisis. Nothing makes sense, which means nobody can resemble to this game in any type of way. It has a apocalypse type background where the world is ending, we're running out of resources, people are struggling, so we're going to war over, trying to be able to live day to day. And they're mixing that with corny specialists and corny sayings that just don't add up together. So you have people who enjoy that corny, goofy, cartoony stuff, that like that side, but don't like the backstory of the game. Then you have people who really got into the backstory of the game and thought that was really cool, and they get in. And then they have Angel screaming at you in your face 24/7 with these corny lines. Nobody knows what to expect anymore when they load up in Battlefield 2042. When I load up Battlefield 5, I expect a World War II game on maps that would make sense during the time period, factions that make sense, weapons that make sense. That's what I expect. When I play Battlefield 1, same thing. I expect World War I vibes. Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, shoot, even Battlefield Hardline. Everybody is so controversial over Battlefield Hardline. I personally enjoyed it, but I think a lot of people despise that game. That's probably in a tie right now for, the worst Battlefield game in the franchise for a lot of people between 5 and Hardline. But even Hardline does a better job with keeping its own identity. It was always from the start a goofy, corny, cops and crook game. And they made sure they kept that throughout the whole thing. And it worked because people knew what they were buying into. It wasn't popular, but at least the core fans of the game loved it for what it is. And right now on Battlefield 2042, we don't know what to love this game for. We truly do not. And it's sad because, again, I always say this, it's not like the game is bad. When it comes to gameplay, and when it comes to the movement, and the gunfights, and especially since they fixed the hit detection, this is something that I've been preaching about since the beta, the gunplay and movement is really, really, really good. It completely resembles Apex Legends, and I love Apex Legends movement. It's not clunky, it's extremely smooth, and when you engage in battles, it feels really, really solid. Now, yes, optimization messes with that and stuff, but again, like I said, I think it's more than just optimization. People just don't know what they like about this game. They can't describe what they like about this game, despite it being enjoyable when it comes to gunplay. The atmosphere of Battlefield, what people come to and enjoy when it comes to a Battlefield game, that you can literally load up any other title out there, Battlefield 1, 5, 4, 3, Hardline, The Bad Companies, any Battlefield game out there and just hop into one match, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll know the feelings and the emotions out of a Battlefield lobby that are completely missing when you load up Battlefield 2042. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, bumps, I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, chat me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and a Discord, both of those are down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games to do over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.